Okay, so we're going to be reacting to David Grusch recent interview where he talks about the legacy program, the UAP secret program. And this is pretty interesting. If you think about it, I think David Grusch probably knows some things. I don't think he knows a lot, but I think he knows some. Now, everybody knows about the deep state and everything else, right? They're shutting down the whole UAP movement. Politicians are getting their access denied, like Representative Luna and, Eric Burlinson and all of them. They're getting access denied to UAP information, documents, videos, and pictures and, things like that. So, we're going to be reacting to David Grusch. Let's see what he got on the table for us.
Unfortunately, this subject has been a victim of a lot of, I'll call it domestic information operations, something I discussed initially publicly in 2023. And there's certainly been this Game of Thrones activity with multiple factions of the deep state in a bipartisan manner. The Republicans and the Democrats are both guilty. And even in a recent previous administration, in the Obama administration, there was certainly actions taken strategically to help a particular presidential candidate, possibly if this subject were to become normalized and they got elected president. So there's been a lot of gamesmanship and a lot of, I'll call it House of Cards type activities in the past.
So, yeah, I mean, he is acknowledging that there is a deep state, which, this is good, right? Because a lot of people, they're trying to hide the evidence, right? There's no deep state, like everything is just, but David Grusch, I think he is credible at some point. It's just so difficult, man, in the UFO world, right? Because you don't know who to believe anymore. You know what I mean? Especially when you got people like Lua Losando out here, claiming that he has UFO pictures and he's showing the public these fake UFO pictures, right? Which, everybody knows about the chandelier and the those circles that he tried to show people and say that this is a, mothership or this huge UFO and all of that. So, or crop circles. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's, Lua Losando, right? So there is people within the UFO phenomena who is trying to, spill this information out there. But I mean, this is pretty interesting, the way he's talking about, that they're trying to hide information, right, from the president of the United States, because they know that the president is just there for 4 years, or if he gets reelected, he's there for 4 more years. But, these people, like the deep state, right? The deep state, they're not there for 4 years, 8 years. These people are there until the day they die, so they could care less whoever the president is or not. So they're not going to share information with the president or, other politicians, Now, there are some infiltrated people in Congress, people that are getting paid for, from the Lockheed Martin and EG&G Raytheon, right? They're getting bonuses and I don't know how much money they're getting to shut down this whole UAP movement, right? The UAP Disclosure Act bill that, Congress is trying to pass, or, Eric Burlinson, Tim Burchett, and Representative Luna. So, the deep state, it's a real thing. I've been saying this for a long time already. The deep state is real and they will not give this up easy. They will not give it up so easy. I'm telling you. They're going to keep it as a secret for a very long time. So, and they're not going to give it up. Okay, whatever they got going on, these man-made UAPs, extraterrestrial technologies, if they have, alien bodies and things like that, they're not going to give it up so easy. So they're going to put up a fight. And it's so hard to get to the bottom of this. It's so hard, because there's like different layers. to this whole UAP phenomena, right? It's a whole layer. Like as soon as you peel one layer off, there's another one, and then you peel that one off, and then there's another one. So like you'll never get to it, you know? That's why we call it the UFO rabbit hole, because you just keep falling down, and it's just like, you know, it's so difficult. But like I said, the UFO phenomenon, it's real.
You know, the current and the last head of CIA probably don't know, but there's like lower branches within the CIA that have specific responsibilities, and the career employees there probably do. Well, and they don't look at the political appointees brought in by a president as someone to whom they need to disclose anything. They're like, this guy's going to be gone in, you know, a year, 2 years, 4 at the most. I'm not going to keep disclosing this to person after person. I'm keeping this very dark, as my predecessor did. And it also posits that when it's super secret, they've been offloading the research to private contractors, and that way they don't have to include any of these disclosures in response to FOIA requests made of the federal government, because it's been given to a private entity. But that too leads to no accountability and no person over the life of, 20 years who's got real responsibility, because companies get sold, new people come in, and then these companies may just exploit the materials for the latest technological advantage. Who knows, like, I don't know, some AI development or some fast speed train development that a company may have used the information.
This is, okay, so this is nothing new, okay? Dr. Greer, he's been talking about this for a long time. Freaking Bob Lazar in the early 1990s, 1989, when he came out and, disclosed, Area 51 and S4 and the things he was doing there, right? He was back engineering alien technology and the whole, sports model, the flying saucer. So like, this is nothing new, okay? This is why I don't do many videos of this right here, because this is just nothing new. Like, we've been knowing this for a long time, I mean, even way back from Bob Lazar, to be honest. But Bob Lazar, it's the GOAT, right? He is the first whistleblower, first-hand whistleblower that came out and, spoke about this. And without any, immunity from the government. I mean, this guy literally just, said everything. How these things operate, how they work, element 115, 0 point of energy, like everything. So this is nothing new. I want to hear a freaking scientist to sit there, like a whistleblower scientist or a physicist, that are, probably manufacturing these UAPs, these alien reproduction vehicles. I want somebody to sit there and explain to the public, to the whole world, how are they manufacturing these things? What are they using, right? What kind of models do they have? Do they only have triangular ones? Do they have the flying saucer one, the typical ones, right? Do they have these tic-tac UAPs? How they're making this? What kind of technology they're using, and so on. So, and I know it could be dangerous because, other countries may know what type of technology they're using, and they might use it to, take over the planet or whatever. But, I think it's time to move forward, right? As a society, right? The whole world, we need to change. We need to become a type 1 civilization. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy my content, please share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.